Every year, we see a couple NBA players who outperform expectations or just come out of nowhere and have an absolutely great season. We've seen these seasons from players like Jimmy Butler, CJ McCollum, and last year's winner of the Most Improved Player, Pascal Siakam. This season is going to be no different, and I'm going to be talking about two young guys who I think will have great seasons, as well as a former MVP who's going to rise back to glory and show people why he's one of the best players in the league. I know it's been a while since I've said this, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's hop into the video. First up on the list is former Laker Brandon Ingram, who last year averaged 18.3 points, 5.1 rebounds, 3 assists, 0.5 steals, 0.6 blocks, on an efficient 49.7% from the field and 33.3% from the three-point line. Why do I think Ingram is going to blow up this season? Well, it's because I think he's going to have a big chip on his shoulder, and he wants to show people that the Lakers made a mistake by trading him. If you look at his stats year by year, you can see a trend that he's improved his scoring and his efficiency each season. You can argue that between him, Drew, and Zion, that Ingram could be the number one scorer on the team, especially if Drew goes down with an injury or Zion takes longer to adjust to the NBA than expected. Ingram is a scoring machine, being able to score from anywhere on the court. He can finish over or around you, he can hit the mid-range jumper, and on occasion, he can hit the three-point shot. Add this with the fact that he's no longer going to have to play with LeBron, meaning he won't have to play off ball as much. He's going to have the ball in his hands more, he's going to take more shots, and the fact that he's had a full offseason to recover from his blood clot injury, and I can see him absolutely going off this season. He's also playing in a low pressure environment where the team isn't expected to win that many games, which should bode well for him and his young teammates. On the year, I could see Ingram averaging 22 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, on 46% field goal shooting, and about 35% from the three-point line. Do you think I'm overestimating his abilities, or do you think he's actually going to go off this season? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have another young guy, but this time he's from the Boston Celtics, and his name is Jason Tatum. Many people thought that Tatum was going to take a big step this year and maybe possibly make it to the All-Star game. However, he didn't take that big leap that we thought, and some even thought he took a step back. He averaged 15.7 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and about half a block, on 45% field goal shooting and 37% from the three-point line. One of the biggest changes to Tatum's game, and also one of the biggest reasons many thought he took a step back last season, was that he took way too many long mid-range shots and he over-dribbled a lot of the time. Looking at a lot of Celtics games from last year, he had a lot of open lanes where he could have just taken it to the hole strong, but instead he decided to pull up for a mid-range jumper, which is a lot lower percentage shot. I feel that he's in the same boat as Ingram. Well, not exactly the same. We'll say he's in a similar boat as Ingram, given that he has a lot of expectations this season and a lot of people to prove wrong. Tatum is the clear number 2 option on the team behind Kemba Walker, but in some games I could see him taking over the number 1 offensive spot, given if Kemba has an off night or something. And another thing with Kemba, I feel he's a lot more willing than Kyrie to play off the ball and to delegate to Tatum, especially when he has things rolling. He's definitely going to get more shots this season with the absence of Al Horford, Marcus Morris, Terry Rozier, and Kyrie Irving. It won't surprise me at all if he takes more than 17 shots per game or around that range. He's a very polished scorer for his age, and I feel like if he simplifies his game and takes what the defense gives him instead of over-dribbling and taking tough, long mid-range shots, he'll definitely have the chance to be a solid offensive player for the team, possibly maybe even an all-star. And finally, a player who I think is one of the most disrespected players in the league, one of the most disrespected MVPs ever, Stephen Curry. Yes, you heard me right. Stephen Curry is going to have one of the best individual seasons of his career and possibly in NBA history. For the past few seasons since his unforgettable unanimous MVP season, we've heard less and less about Stephen Curry due to the fact that Kevin Durant sort of became the face of the team. However, I didn't think that. He was the whole system of that team, and without him, the Warriors offense wouldn't have ran like how it ran. Tell me, how does Curry average 27.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 1.3 steals, on 47% from the field, and 43.7% from the three-point line, and we barely hear praise about him? It's like he set the bar way too high for himself, on that unanimous MVP run. It's much like Eminem, who set the bar way too high for himself after that 3-album run, the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, and the Eminem Show, but I'll digress. The reason I think Curry is going to have one of the best seasons, if not the best season of his career, is that he's the clear-cut #1 option with Kevin Durant gone, Klay Thompson projected out for the year, and he only has D'Angelo Russell as a running mate basically. Draymond Green cannot shoot to save his life, so don't say that he has Draymond too. He's a great defender, but he can't really do anything on offense aside from drive and make nice passes. Another thing is that the Warriors lost a lot of depth this season with Shaun Livingston retiring, Quinn Cook going to the Lakers, Iguodala going to the Grizzlies. You get the picture. Curry is going to play a lot more minutes this season, maybe up to 36-38 minutes per game, rather than his usual 32 to 34. This gives him a lot more time to put up shots, and therefore increase his scoring average considering how effective of a scorer he is. There's always the risk of Curry getting injured, but I don't think that's going to happen, especially given that he's been healthy over the past few seasons. I think he'll be just fine. My prediction, the Warriors will be a 6th to 7th seed with a ceiling of a 4th seed, and Curry is going to have a monster season averaging 33.5 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, 6.7 assists, 1.6 steals, on 47% shooting from the field, and 45% from the 3-point line. But with all that being said, let me know if you think I'm overrating these players. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Sound off in the comments below. Also, thank you to everyone who stuck around while I took that big break. I was super busy with school, and honestly, I just lost motivation to make videos because of how much time it took, but I think I'll be back on it now. Also, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/yoursymbiote. I play video games, I play League of Legends, I play Overwatch, sometimes I play 2K, and you can just hang out, get to know me better. But with all that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one.